I'm Debbie Godfrey. Welcome to the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast.
Today's tool for getting out of a power struggle is called win-win negotiation. And win-win negotiation is a relatively kind form of discipline. When we look at being kind and firm at the same time, something like use loving guidance is a more firm discipline, and win-win negotiation is a very kind discipline, meaning that you need to be able to count on a child to follow through with their word or be accountable in order to use more flexible or kind forms of discipline. Whereas if you have a child who is always breaking the rules and doesn't seem really good at following through with what they say they're going to do, you'll want to use a more firm style of discipline. So this tool, win-win negotiation, is for kids that are able to be a little bit more responsible. So the idea here is that whatever the situation is, let's use the example of the child who was going to be taking the trash out and they're watching TV. And at some point, if you were using loving guidance, you'd have your hand on them and you'd be smiling and glancing at the TV, doing a firm style of discipline, which is use loving guidance. And at some point, that child might say something like, "Can I take it out of the commercial?" Well, this is the choice point for you. So at that point, you can decide, do I want to stay with use loving guidance, which you'll want to do with the kids who aren't very responsible, or can I switch to win-win negotiation for the kids that are able to be responsible? So if you're going to switch to win-win negotiation, at that point, you're going to talk. So you'll say something like, "Great, I can see that's a win for you to take the trash out the commercial, and I want you to win. I want to win too. And here's what I need. I need to know what's going to happen if you forget at the commercial." And with my child who usually does what she's supposed to do, when I say that to her, she'll think about it and she'll say something like, "Well, I guess if I forget to take it out of the commercial, then the TV should go off." And I'll say, "Great, that works for me." Bingo, it works. 95% of the time, she does it. With my kid who doesn't usually do what she's supposed to do, if I say to her, "Great, I can see that's a win for you to take it out of the commercial, and I want you to win, and I want to win too. And here's what I need. I need to know what's going to happen if you forget to take it out of the commercial." Well, this child will say something like, "I don't know," and shrug her shoulders. She won't have that accountability. So with that child, I very rarely do the win-win negotiation because she's just not capable of handling that much responsibility yet. So this idea of win-win negotiation in order to get out of a power struggle is looking at the situation. What are you power struggling with your child over? What is it that they're wanting? So you want to look and see what is a win for them. And you want to acknowledge that. You want to describe that. I can see that's a win for you because you want to take that out of the commercial. That way you can finish watching what you're watching now. And I want you to win. And as soon as you've given to them this way, now they've received something and they have the ability to give back. So when you say your next sentence of, "and I want to win too," they're able to start brainstorming and help you figure out how you can get your need met, which is, "I want to win too. I need to know what's going to happen if you forget to take it out at the commercial." So that's use win-win negotiation to get out of a power struggle. Have a great day. Happy parenting.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Debbie Godfrey, owner and founder of positiveparenting.com. I hope you'll go and check out my website and follow me on Instagram and let me know about what you thought about today's episode. Did you learn something new? Were you able to do something different with your children? Did you have a success story? Those are my favorite to share. Let me know. Contact me. I'd love to hear from you. And also, what future topics would you be interested in hearing about on the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast? Thank you so much for being here and for all of your support. Take care and happy parenting.